Hello, I'm Jomika, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program 2. This is episode 8. We are going to take a look at our missions available, and we're not going to do this one because it's going to, we can get there. It is on Kerbin, I found out. Kerbin's the most beautiful landmarks and all that, but I think the best way to get there is a plane, and I don't want to fly a plane. It's going to take, I don't know how long, 20 minutes maybe, just to get there. It's 400 science, which is good, but I don't feel like doing it. So we're going to do something a little bit easier. Geostationary orbit is relatively easy. We're going to track that one, and then I guess we will also visit the Minmus Monument. I wonder if we can do it with what we have in orbit of Minmus. So let's first take a look at our tracking station. It doesn't really matter what we send there, I believe. What is this? Maybe we could do the geostationary orbit with that. We'll take a look though. Because if we don't have to launch a new rocket, why would we do it? I guess it doesn't matter. We don't really have to worry about money or anything. But yeah, we've launched so many rockets. Alright, so this one, I do remember we looked at it. What's going on? Do you have control and stuff? I guess we'll save. And then we'll reload. See if we get to the map that way. Because pushing M didn't work. There we go. Alright, so we are going around. We're getting higher, so we're going that way. Can we create a quick maneuver? How much delta V do we have? 700? So if we do that, that's like 100 delta V there. And then we bring it way down. Well, we're gonna have to go back the other way. 119. We could do that. So let's go ahead, point at our maneuver node. And I think, I don't really care if this crashes or anything like that. So we're gonna try to land it best we can on the little waypoint, the signal. That's what it's called. So the thrust limiter's at 100. That one is gonna bring us pretty close, so we can adjust after we get where we want. And we'll just do it from here. I guess that's good. So from here we can go retrograde. Is that what we want? Maybe. It's gonna bring it down this way. But we wanna go that way as well. So let's just try to go normal, see if that does it. If not, no big deal. We can go anti-normal. Let's see. Yeah, it's not really helping. Just by looking at things. So if we go like this, that's the wrong way. So we will go the other direction and get us pretty close to the crater there. And really all we need to do is land this thing close enough to where we can get some sort of... I don't even think we have to get anything. I think we just need to land near it. So we just want to get close. That'll be good there. And this is rotating, so I'm going to have to probably adjust it as we get closer. How far away is that? 17 minutes? I don't know how quickly Minmus rotates, but... Alright, so we'll try right there. If we overshoot it, that's fine. We can just always burn as we get closer to slower speed. And that's not moving much at all from where we're pointed, so that's good. Alright, so let's go probably anti-normal again, just a little bit. Actually, we won't go retrograde yet, because I think when we go anti-normal and normal, it's going to adjust how far away we're going to be. So from here... Okay, it did not. Actually, let's stay pointing that way, and we'll just speed up again. Let's quick save. And can we see where we're headed? Are we headed? Alright, we are headed this direction. I'm guessing in there. We'll see. So let's zoom past time warp, not zoom. Alright, so that did adjust again. So we'll send it that way. And are we able to see it yet? Yes, there we are. So I think I'll do it mostly from the map again. Just because it's easier to see where we're going to land. So yeah, we do want to go anti-normal a little bit again. It is anti-normal, yeah. I was going to say, I don't know if it's normal or anti-normal. But I guess the little cross out there makes sense. Alright, so right there. Just go a tiny bit past it. And we will actually go a little bit retrograde. And if we can land close enough to it, we don't have to do anything. I don't think... Maybe we'll just reload the quick save if I miss. I'm hoping I don't. Alright, we are going to go a little bit retrograde. And that should be good there. And I guess from here, we'll just speed up. Anything changed here? Looks good. We don't have any landing legs. And I guess once we get like directly over it, do we want to slow down? Because we are going to overshoot it. What is our altitude? 3,000? Yeah, let's go ahead and slow ourselves down here. Just try to stop our speed. I think I'm gonna miss it. Yeah, definitely gonna miss it. I mean, maybe I could save it. 400 and... Okay. We are on ground. Surface. Maybe that was part of the issue. Alright, so let's point retrograde again. We're just gonna fly back and forth. Good thing Minmus gravity is pretty low. Means we don't have to use too much delta V for anything. we're just gonna shoot a little bit past where we want to be. So we want to point towards it. I guess it's mostly prograde. But not pointing down. This is gonna end terribly. Alright, so from here we can just keep turning. And we'll point up. And point retrograde. The only problem with this is it turns so slow that we can't really correct our orbit too easily. Alright, I don't really care about pointing down. I guess what we can also do is once we land, just point the thing towards the monument and just kind of bobsled towards it. So from here, where does it think we're gonna land? Alright, not bad. So pretty close actually. Alright, we'll just land, and from there we'll figure it out. Maybe we're close enough to where it'll just take it. I think it's like, I want to say 700 meters from it, it'll give it to you. And we're pretty close. So I think we could be okay. But of course we have to be on the surface for it to work. I'm definitely not the best pilot. If anybody says I am, they don't know what they're talking about. Alright, so our surface speed is 12. We're at 800 meters off the ground. So far, I don't want to jinx it, but so far it's looking much better than I actually expected. I want to try to land under 5 meters per second. And I'm not going to retract that because I think we lose connection to the KSC if that's not out. So if it doesn't break, we're good. If it does break, well, I think we'll finish the mission before anything bad happens. I wonder if I could just do it if I crash into it. I don't want to figure it out because I'd like to try to get some of the science back. Alright, this is a much closer landing than if I like really tried to do it. Where is my shadow? So 1 meter per second. Alright, we got it. So, 144 delta V remaining. There's our science, so we can run those experiments. We have 200 sample to return. We're not going to transmit all, but we do want to transmit the one worth 60. So transmit that. Be nice if we could send all of the samples back, but we'd have to actually come pick this thing up and then send it back. So we did get that mission. Little sketchy, little long, I guess. But we didn't have to launch a new rocket. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but sometimes get a little lazy. Alright, so we got that. The next one is the Minmus Monument. Are there fuel stations? Orbit Kerbin with an X264 Methylox fuel tank and a docking port. 35 science. I mean, we could just send that up. We could put it in geostationary orbit. I don't think there's any point to that. But I think the next one we want to do is geostationary orbit. Duna's going to take a little bit to get there. 2,000 science. Let's check out research and development to help us with, I guess, getting to Duna. We don't need to worry about anything for geostationary orbit because that's pretty easy to get there. We do nuclear propulsion. Wow, I cannot speak today. That'd be 1,050 with 500 left over. So we could do autonomous sampling. I don't really know what we want to do. For the Duna one, we are going to have to land on Duna. So we'll give it some thought. But for now, let's go to the VAB. We'll go to the geostationary orbit. And we'll try to get that mission completed for a little bit more science. Which one is this? No, not the Terrier. How do I... There we go. No? Okay. Where are you? Payload. Alright, so that's just the same one we were flying. Let's just go for it, because that one should easily get to space. And geostationary orbit and all that. Am I tracking this one? Probe core, orbit. Yes. Probe core at the top. Skip countdown. So we want altitude of 2863 kilometers. So we'll just go to orbit, and then we'll bring our apoapsis up to 2863, and then we'll adjust our speed from there. We're probably going to need... I'm pretty sure it's probably pretty close to a circular orbit, so we'll just bring our apoapsis way up, time warp, and then adjust our speed. So where are we at? 1,000. We can probably do, since we are going so high, a little bit of a later turn. Wait, is the probe core? Yeah, I forgot the fairing. I forgot to activate it again. Oops. Hopefully that doesn't slow us down too much. I don't imagine it will. And I don't think anything's going to shoot off or have any issues. But we'll see. I guess worst case, we revert back and fire the person who did not attach the fairing before launch. And then probably everybody else who didn't check to see if the fairing was there. I'm going to say it's a little bit harder to control, but I feel like this one was a little difficult to control anyways, if I remember correctly from last episode. It sounds familiar, but I'm not really sure if that's true or not. I could be making it up. So, we'll get to orbit. We are at 40 kilometers for our apoapsis. So we can go ahead and curl over a little bit more. So yeah, 2863 kilometers. What is that, 2.8 million meters? I don't know, that stuff always confuses me. I'm hoping it just says 2,863 kilometers in the apoapsis. Because that would make my life a little bit easier. sun is coming up on that side over there. We're out of fuel. Did not think to check. Alright. So yes, this vessel is unstable for sure. Alright. So yeah, 1,000. Ooh, why are you pointing so far down? Actually, it would help if I used the prograde and stuff. Excuse me, can you go back? We are out of the atmosphere. Nothing here, nothing there. Alright, this ship I'm not a fan of. I think it's that antenna on the side that's causing issues with everything. So we want to bring up to 2863, or as close as we can. That's probably close enough, but 2862. We'll call it good. And then from there, we'll just time warp to there. And then yeah, we just need to increase our speed to 1,010. So we'll just point prograde. And instead of waiting, I guess I'll wait a little bit because we don't want to mess up our orbit too much. And I'm getting impatient. Alright, so full speed. Yeah, just can't keep up. At least at full throttle. Alright, so we'll just increase our speed to 1,010. And then we'll see what that orbit looks like. Gonna guess pretty darn close to circular. Yep. 1,010. So now we need to wait until there. Probably the other side, really. Can I do some impatient magic? If I do this, what is that bringing it to? Is that bringing it down? No, that's bringing it up. And that's bringing it out. 2818, 327. Alright, that's not doing too much. So we'll just go ahead and move out here. Point retrograde. Because we want to bring this one down a tiny bit. It is still active. Yes, it is. We do have a probe core. Orbit Kerbin 2863. Yep. And our speed is a little high. Altitude is low here. Speed is high. So the speed will be low there. Altitude will be high. So we're slowing down. We're bringing this down to 2,863. Let's do that. 2862, sure. And then from here, time warp. Lack of exposure, that's okay. And from here, we want to go prograde. So stop. There we go. Time warp will automatically stop your rotation. And from here, we just increase the speed a little bit. I'm hoping I'm not doing something completely wrong here. I'm gonna think, there we go. So close enough. There we go. Return, got a check mark there. So we will go to mission control. We will collect that mission, submit, Gotcha. Thank you. Thank you for science. And nothing new appeared. So the next primary mission is the Minmus Monument, which we have to land on, or near. We could do the little chonker, which is 200 tons on Minmus. That is a lot of weight. We could spend forever flying or try to land correctly with the lunar, is it the lunar can? Which, that definitely won't make it through the atmosphere on its own. Or we can do an easy one, orbit Kerbin, with an X264. Let's actually look to see which one that is, if we have it. I assume we do. Is it X264? So we don't even have that. Let's take a look. Research. I guess they're kind of making you unlock that one. X264, which we will have to unlock anyways. So why don't we just research it now? Because I think I may want nuclear propulsion to get to Duna, which is over here. But we'll save all that for next time. That is going to do it for today. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Thank you all for joining me, and I hope to see you all in the next episode.